remember the day they tore me apart like I was some kind of joke. My father's face was tight, eyes darting with suspicion, as if I'd announced I was quitting everything and joining a circus. My mother looked away, pretending she hadn't heard. My siblings just sneered, murmuring about how I'd failed before I even started. They told me I was wasting my life, that my dreams were ridiculous, impractical, and ultimately embarrassing for the family. That day, I felt the cold weight of their disapproval settle deep into my bones, threatening to crush my spirit beneath the pressure of their mockery. But inside, I knew I was meant for something different. I'd been obsessed with creating spaces, not just buildings, but living, breathing ecosystems that could heal the scars of concrete jungles. They called it impossible, naive, a pipe dream. They claimed I was chasing fairy tales, but I saw a future where cities would breathe, where walls would grow green and rivers would snake through rooftops. It was a vision that was ridiculed by the very architects who dismissed my ideas as childish fantasies. I was called reckless, a fool, a dreamer destined to fail. But I didn't give up. I channeled that rejection into fire. I left home with a heavy heart, but an unbreakable resolve. Every step forward was a silent screw you to their skepticism. I poured everything I had into my vision, a blend of innovation and stubborn hope. It wasn't easy. Every pitch was met with laughter. Every funding effort met with rejection. People told me biophilic architecture was impractical, expensive, unrealistic, especially in a world obsessed with profits and concrete. But I believed in my work. I believed in nature's resilience, in the idea that cities could be living, thriving ecosystems rather than sterile, soulless boxes. Years passed. The grind was relentless. I worked day and night, often feeling like I was fighting a war nobody believed in. But slowly, the first seeds sprouted. Abandoned lots turned into lush urban gardens. Barren rooftops blossomed with trees and vibrant plant life. The city I designed, my city, began to breathe. My breakthrough projects caught the attention of the world. Awards, headlines, features in magazines that celebrated my visionary work. I had done what they said was impossible. I had turned wastelands into thriving ecosystems, proving that sustainability wasn't naive, but essential. Then, the day finally arrived. I stood at the edge of my hometown, a place that once mocked me mercilessly. The same people who'd sneered and dismissed now watched, mouths agape, as I led a tour through a sprawling urban park I'd designed, an oasis amid the chaos, teeming with life, vibrant, resilient, alive. Everywhere they looked, they saw the city's scars mended, walls covered in ivy, streams weaving through neighborhoods, trees bursting from rooftops. It was a living testament to my vision and an undeniable slap in the face to all those years of ridicule. And then I decided to show them the truth in a way they'd never expect. I gathered my family in front of a massive, lush building I'd constructed. It wasn't just a home. It was an urban sanctuary, a symbol of hope and potential. I watched their eyes widen as I turned to face them. This, I said, voice steady but filled with emotion, is what persistence looks like. This is what dreams rooted in belief can become. Their faces were a mixture of shock and guilt. My father's jaw went slack, and I saw a flicker of recognition. Perhaps for the first time, he understood how wrong he'd been. My mother's eyes glistened, maybe with tears, maybe with regret. My siblings looked away, processing the enormity of what they'd dismissed, what they'd mocked. I stepped closer to the building, placing my hand gently on the living wall. You told me I was wasting my time, I continued, that I was foolish for dreaming of cities that breathe. Well, here it is, proof that a fool can change the world, that an idea, no matter how impossible it seems, can become reality if you just refuse to give up. The silence was deafening. The weight of years of hurt, doubt, and dismissiveness pressed down on us all. But amidst that silence, I felt something shift, a crack in their armor of mockery. Whether they realized it yet or not, they'd witnessed the truth firsthand. That perseverance, passion, and a refusal to listen to the noise of naysayers could forge miracles. Later that night, as we sat around a modest dinner table under the glow of city lights, I thought about the journey, the betrayal, the ridicule, the relentless pursuit. I thought about how they had tried to drown my dreams in practicality and reason, how they had dismissed my ideas as impossible. And I realized something vital. The greatest triumph isn't just in building a sustainable city or earning accolades. It's in transforming doubt into belief, in turning pain into purpose, and in proving the world wrong. Because I knew deep in my bones that this was just the beginning, that my work was part of a larger movement, one that would redefine what cities could be, what humanity could achieve when we finally listened to the whisper of nature and the voice of hope. And as I looked around at my family, seeing the flicker of understanding in their eyes, I felt a profound sense of peace. They had doubted me. They had mocked me. But I had become what I always knew I could be, a pioneer, an architect of a better future. So if there's one thing I want you to take from this, it's this. Never let anyone tell you your dreams are too impractical, too ridiculous, or impossible. Because underestimating hope is the greatest mistake of all. The world might laugh, and they might doubt, but if you hold on tight enough to your vision, one day they will watch in awe as you turn your impossible into your reality. And that, my friends, is the sweetest victory of all.